Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
All right, ladies and gents, and I guess I should say furries and other kin and whatever else you identify as. Good morning, good evening, good night, whatever it is, wherever you are. You are definitely going to want to listen to this to the end because this is absolutely absurd. This is abortion after birth. A child is alive, breathing on its own. It is a viable life. It is no longer inside the mother, and we're still talking about aborting it. You can't make this shit up. Listen to this.
When Fairfax County Delegate Kathy Tran made her case for lifting restrictions on third trimester abortions as well as other restrictions now in place. And she was pressed by a Republican delegate about whether her bill would permit an abortion even as a woman is essentially dilating, ready to give birth. And she answered that it would permit.
Now, what she's not mentioning is this. I watched that entire discussion there that they're talking about. The question specifically was for the mother's mental health, meaning would the baby cause mental anguish to the mother? Of course the baby would. Now, the other thing that really gets my goat is the father won't even have a decision in this. I guarantee you. The child will be alive and breathing, and we'll get into that here in a minute. We'll get into that part here in a minute. Let's continue watching the video. Good Lord.
An abortion at that stage of labor. Do you support her measure and explain her answer?
Yeah, and I wasn't there, Julie, and I certainly can't speak for Delegate Tran, but I would tell you first thing I would say is this is why decisions such as this should be made by providers, physicians, and the mothers and fathers that are involved. There are, when we talk about third trimester abortions, these are done with the consent of obviously the mother, with the consent of the physicians, more than one physician, by the way, and it's done in.
But no longer. The new bill says a nurse practitioner can execute your now breathing on its own viable life out of the mother's body baby. But we'll get to that in here in a second.
Cases where there may be severe deformities, there may be a fetus that's non-viable. So in this particular example, if a mother is in labor, I can tell you exactly what would happen. The infant would be delivered.
Do you hear that? The infant would be delivered. It is no longer inside the mother's body. The mother does not have dominion over another life like that. It is not in her body. How can you possibly conceive to give women the power to take a life that is breathing on its own? It is delivered. It's out of her body. She no longer has the choice on whether to kill that child or not.
The infant would be kept comfortable.
The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant, are you going to form a death row? Put a death row in hospitals for babies?
The infant would be resuscitated
would be resuscitated. So you're going to bring the baby back to life so you can decide whether you want to kill it or not.
If that's what the mother and the family desired, and then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother. So,
okay, imagine this scene, if you will. Speaking mostly to the fathers here, to the men in the world. You're with your wife, your girlfriend, your significant other, your mate, whatever. She gives birth. The baby is breathing outside the woman's body. It is a viable life. Let's say it's having some issues. They resuscitate it, and then they ask you, would you like to kill your baby? And your wife, your girlfriend, your significant other says yes. Guess what, men? You don't have a choice. You have to sit back and watch them execute your child.
So I think this was really blown out of proportion.
No, this wasn't blown out of proportion. This wasn't blown into proportion enough. Everybody needs to be talking about this. Everybody needs to be sharing this. This is absolutely absurd. It is a living, breathing life. A living, breathing life. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Somebody tell me I know I'm just a working slob and I don't know shit from Shinola. And I'm the most retarded person on this planet, but what the hell? Am I blowing my stack here for nothing? Is this okay by everybody? Are you okay with this? Anybody listening? Anybody listening? If anybody's listening to this and they think it's okay, you tell me why it's okay. Just drop me a line. Why is it okay? And then at the same time, you can dislike my video and never watch another one of my goddamn videos again, because this is absurd. It is a living, breathing life. It is delivered. It is out of the woman's body. What is wrong with you? Somebody, oh my God, somebody comment. I feel like I'm living in the twilight. I feel like I'm going insane. It is a baby. It's breathing. You heard him. The baby will be delivered. If the baby needs resuscitation, they will resuscitate the baby so that they can kill it. How more cruel can you get? I'm going to bring you back to life so I can kill you. That is absurd. Absurd. Share this. Comment. Holy. I'm done. Good night.